WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports. Blue Raider baseball is on the air. From the Blue Raider Network, it's time for Countdown to First Pitch. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance and Agent Andy Womack, Lightning's Locker Room and Phillips Bookstore, Granis and Associates, Las Casas Drugs, and by Middle Tennessee Electric. Now, let's go to the ballpark.
Good afternoon from Jacksonville, Alabama. Welcome into another broadcast of Middle Tennessee Blue Raider baseball as the Raiders and the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State will start the second game of their three-game series here in just a few minutes under partly cloudy skies but very pleasant temperatures here in this Alabama city. Jacksonville State still undefeated in league play. Beat the Raiders 6-5 last night with a late rally in the seventh inning, as you just heard Chip reporting on his Blue Raider report. So the Raiders will be trying to even up the series in this game tonight. Dick Palmer along with John Callow with you. John, the Raiders played good enough to win last night, and it kind of slipped away late.
Well, I tell you what, you watch this Jacksonville State team, Dick, they're built for this ballpark. It's a big ballpark. For instance, Nathan Brewer hit a baseball that Coach Kevin Nichols told me this morning was probably the hardest baseball he's hit all year. It gets caught on the warning track. At our place, it's a home run. They don't have that much pop, except for the kid that hit the two-run homer that beat us. But they have good pitching, and they're just a solid baseball team.
Speaking of pitching, we'll see one of the league's best tonight in Eli Pillsbury, their normal Friday night starter, and it is Friday night. And that's the reason they elected to hold him and not pitch him on Thursday. They wanted him to have a complete normal 7 days in between starts. So this young man has the best earned run average in the league and the fifth best in NCAA college baseball. And
which is kind of interesting because if you go back to his 2 years of junior college, he did not have great ERAs. 1 year his ERA was 5.47. Another year with a 3-3 record, and then there was another year that his ERA was like 4.64. You know, those aren't necessarily great ERAs, not like .97.
Yeah, and that's what he has here with a 5-0 record, and he'll be making his 8th start tonight. So we'll see what the Raider bats have in store for Eli Pillsbury tonight. The Raiders will be going with Drew Horn, who started the season as their primary weekend starter, Friday night starter, if you will. But due to illness, he had to miss a turn, and they moved Chandler Alderman up to the Friday night spot. Horn now starting on Saturdays, and he will be out there on the mound tonight, and we'll try to keep the Raiders in this series.
Well, if Horn throws as well as he can throw, he can match Pillsbury. We've seen him do it. Here's the deal. Pillsbury strikes out a lot of people. Does not walk very many. So I think the Raiders are going to have to be aggressive in their plate appearances. They're going to have to go up knowing the guy can throw strikes. He can throw strikes with 4 pitches. And so they're just going to have to look for that first fastball and drive it.
Let's check what's going on tonight and what happened last night in Conference USA play.
Sure. Well, there wasn't a whole lot of change in the conference standings last night. Jacksonville State, of course, the winner here's 6-5. Louisiana Tech at FIU. FIU won their second conference game of the season, 7-4. Dallas Baptist is visiting Kennesaw State this weekend, a 10-5 winner last night. They improved to 7-3 in the league. Liberty at Western Kentucky was an 8-3 winner, so Liberty improved to 7-3. Western Kentucky dropped to 4-6. Delaware visiting New Mexico State didn't have any better luck there than they've had every place else. New Mexico State a 9-3 winner out there in Las Cruces. So Delaware, bottom of the league now at 1-9, while New Mexico State improved to 4-6. Let's see. I need to point out that the reason we're not giving you a Sam Houston, Missouri State score is they did not play last night. They're playing their regular Friday night tonight, and then they'll play tomorrow, and then they will play again on Sunday. Only team in the league doing that. So, also softball, Louisiana Tech visiting MTSU. The Lady Raiders got beat out late, is 6-4. They're in the top of the six in today's game, and Louisiana Tech is leading the Lady Raiders in that one, 6-3.
Yeah, we'll have a final on that before we leave the air today. So it's the Raiders and the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State. These two teams meeting for the 53rd time. And with the Jacksonville win last night, the season series now stands 28-24 in favor of Middle Tennessee. I see what Jacksonville's going to be in all white uniforms,
including a white hat.
White hats with a red bill, red numerals, and Raiders will be in their blue tops, gray pants, and the blue caps tonight for this game. Temperature, what did you tell me, 84?
84 degrees. Now, the wind feels, according to the official wind count, it's 4 miles an hour out of the south-southeast. But every once in a while, the wind will gust up here in this press box. And if we don't have our papers buttoned down, they're going to go everywhere.
Here at Rudy Abbott Field, the distance down the third baseline is 330 feet. In left center to the power alley, 375. Dead center, it's 403. In right center, it's a pretty good hike out there, 380 feet to the wall in right center, then the big flagpole right behind that 380 sign, and then 335 down the right field line. So we're on all turf. This is AstroTurf. There's not a speck of dirt on this field, so we've been playing on all turf. And
well, earlier as we were coming on the air, there was they were doing some mound maintenance with a rake, but they weren't raking dirt. They were raking whatever that stuff is.
I think it's dust, and it does leave a little residue on the green infield turf. We were wondering about what that was last night. So the Raiders will throw Drew Horn tonight. Drew's had some good outings. He's had some not so good. He needs to be good tonight. His last outing was against New Mexico State. That was on the Saturday game last week. And he went 4 innings, gave up 6 hits, but only 1 earned run, had 4 strikeouts. But I think his pitch count got up in that game, and he was taken out in the 5th inning.
Yeah, pitch count got up on him.
So if he can maintain a good normal pitch count, that's what you have to do if you want to go deep in a game.
Well, I remember back to that no-hitter he threw. Was it last year that he threw the no-hitter?
Yes.
He went. I think it was 105, 110 complete game, 9 innings. His problem last week, his problem a number of times this year, even if he's not walking people, he's getting into deep counts, and he's got to just keep pounding the zone, pound the zone.
umpires coming out. We got to talk to one of them this morning at the hotel, and he gave us a little explanation on that weird play that happened. I think it was in the very first inning, or maybe the top of the second inning last night, when they took a runner, Blue Raider runner who was clearly safe, off the base, and then after a long discussion, they put him back on the base, and it was all boiled down to whether the ball was live or dead when they tagged him.
Yeah.
And they determined it was a dead ball, so he was not out, and he got to return to first base.
Yeah, that was Nathan Brewer in the fourth inning.
Well, the two head coaches are coming out to exchange their lineups. Steve Beazer is in his third year as head coach at Jacksonville after 7 years as head coach at the University of Missouri and 4 years before that at Southeast Missouri State, where he played. And then, of course, Jerry Myers is the head coach in his fourth year as head coach at Middle Tennessee. We're going to go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups, brought to you by the Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. They have many Middle Tennessee locations for you to choose from, and 5 conveniently located in the Murfreesboro area. Learn more at ascend.org. John, what do you have?
Well, the lineup for the Raiders is going to be pretty much what we saw last night. Leading off will be the center fielder, Owen Noack. Batting second, Tyler Minnick. He'll be behind the plate. Batting third, the right fielder, Brett Rogers. Cleanup hitter will be Dean O'Neill. He'll be DHing tonight. Batting fifth, second baseman, Cooper Clapp. Batting sixth, Lane Akers. He'll be starting at first base, second night in a row. I thought he handled it very well last night.
Yes, he did.
Following Akers will be Nathan Brewer in left field. Batting eighth will be Brett Von Dolan at third base. And shortstop Clay Badalak will be batting ninth. And as you mentioned, Drew Horn will be on the mound for the Raiders. A couple of changes for Jacksonville State. We started a left-handed last night, and they responded with a lineup that was suited. Now with a right-hander, we're going to see more left-handed hitters. Leading off will be the right fielder, Jason Pate. Batting second, the shortstop, Caleb Johnson. Batting third, second baseman, Cooper Blauser. And in the cleanup spot, first baseman, Matthew Cash. The catcher, Grayson Ash, will be behind the plate. Batting fifth, at third base, Trey King. Batting seventh. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Luke Williams. Batting eighth, Sam Richardson, the DH. He was the one that took us deep yesterday. And then the center fielder tonight will be Ace Williamson, batting ninth. On the mound, the left-hander, Eli Pillsbury.
Those are starting lineups brought to you by the Ascend Federal Credit Union. Pretty close to starting time here. We'll take a break and be back. And you've got a nice interview with one of our players celebrating a birthday today. You'll be able to hear that when we come back on the Blue Raider Network from Ben Wagner.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders!
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's Locker Room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's Locker Room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
Locally grown, Blue Raider proud. This is Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team. As an MTSU alumnus and lifelong Rutherford County resident, I bring the heart of a teacher, the grit of a Blue Raider, and over 15 years of real estate experience to every client. Honest to a fault, connected to the community, and driven to serve. I don't just help you buy or sell, I help you understand every step. The J. Harmon Home Team, where real estate meets real talk.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast, a second home, or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Well, we have had the national anthem, and Jacksonville State has taken the field. We're not going to have time to get that interview on. I apologize to Jack Fortner for that, but we may be able to squeeze it in later if we have a break in the action. Anyway, the Gamecocks taking the field, and the Jacksonville defensive lineup will have behind the plate Grayson Ash. Trey King will be the third baseman. Caleb Johnson, the shortstop, with Cooper Blauser at second and Matthew Cash at first. They'll have Luke Williams in left, Ace Williamson in center, and Jackson Pate will be the right fielder, and on the mound will be the left-hander Eli Pillsbury.
Eli Pillsbury making his 8th start of the season. He's thrown 39 2/3 innings. Get this number, Dick. He has given up 5 runs, 4 of them earned on 25 hits, 7 walks, 48 strikeouts, a .91 ERA, a 5-0 record. He's won all 3 of his Conference USA Friday night starts, and he is a big guy.
6'2", 200 pounds, a senior from Newburgh, Indiana. He's the transfer from North Carolina State in his first year here at Jacksonville, and he has turned out to be the ace of their staff, and maybe the ace of all Conference USA pitchers.
Boy, it's interesting. He was a junior college player, spent 2 seasons up at John A. Logan Community College in Illinois, Cartersville, Illinois. I have no idea, except that I know it's in southern Indiana or Illinois because they've got branch locations that are right there on I-57 between Marion and Mount Vernon, Illinois,
Here's
just
Owen
south of Wren Lake.
Owen Nowak to lead off the game for the Raiders in the first inning, as it is 84 degrees under partly cloudy skies and a wind out of the southeast. And the left-hander Pillsbury is ready to pitch. Delivers the first pitch to Nowak, and it's a strike call
at 6:05.
One strike to count to Nowak, hitting .343. Bats from the left side. Pillsbury delivers high, and the count will go to 1-1. No one last night had base hit, had a double, drove in a run. Pitch is swung on, fouled back to the backstop, and the count will go to 1-2. This guy has a lot of strikeouts, as John mentioned. 48 strikeouts in almost 40 innings. And very few walks.
He has hit 5 people. He's hit as many
ground
as
ball headed for left field. That's a base hit.
There we go. That's what we're going to have to do.
Nowak leads off the game with a single to left, and the Raiders have the first runner on here in the first inning.
You know, when you got a guy that throws strikes like this guy, you just have to go up and be aggressive. And you need to be aggressive early in the count before he can start changing speeds on you. That was one of our problems with their closer last night.
This is Tyler Minnick. Stands in out of the number 2 spot. He's catching tonight. First pitch to Minnick is a bit high for ball 1. Home plate umpire tonight is Terrence Jones. He was the first base umpire last night. That moves Anthony Carrilli to third, and Dylan Bradley will be the first base umpire. The pitch low and inside, ball 2. 2-0 to Minnick.
Off-speed delivery. Last week, his last start last week was at Louisiana Tech. Went 6 innings, threw 100 pitches in that outing.
Pitch is a little bit low, and it's 3-0 to Minnick. Well, the book on exceptional pitchers, if you are going to get them, you better get them early.
That's right.
Don't let them get in a groove. Runner at first, no outs, and there's a strike. It's 3-1 to Minnick. Brett Rogers on deck. Rangers lineup the same as last night, batting order-wise and position-wise. 3-1 to Minnick. Throw to first. Runner ducks back in there. That's Nowak with a leadoff single over at first base. So the Raiders are staggering their hitters. Left, right, left, right, left, right, just like my drill instructor used to call cadence. The pitch. Hit back up the middle. That's a base hit. And that ball came off his bat like a cannon shot into center field. So runners at first and second with nobody out, and Brett Rogers will be the batter. First 2 Raiders have reached here in the first inning. Rogers takes a long look to Kevin Nichols coaching at third.
What do you think he's telling him?
Well, he's going to bunt. Perhaps. Pillsbury looks back at second. Pitch is low and outside, ball 1, and he did go into a bunting position.
He did. Pitch was low and away.
1 ball, no strikes to Brett Rogers. Brett had 2 hits in the game last night. Pillsbury with the pitch, and it's a strike called. 1-1.
Caught that inside corner.
Did he show bunt on that pitch?
He did not.
I didn't think he did. 1-1 the count. Left-hander comes set, and now he's around to bunt, takes it low into the turf. Blocked by the catcher, Ash, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. We're in the top of the first inning. No score. Their infield, shortstop, second baseman, playing double play depth. And that pitch is over his head, so the bunt is not necessary. It went all the way to the backstop. And runners will be at second and third with no outs. And now there are a number of ways to get a run across. With no outs, runners at second and third.
That's just his third wild pitch of the season.
Pillsbury with the pitch, and he went around. That pitch was not in the strike zone, but Rogers, I think, was fooled.
Yeah, he threw him a slider down and away.
Count will go full at 3-2. And the pitch to the plate. is low and outside, ball 4. So the Raiders have them loaded here with no outs in the first inning against the top pitcher in Conference USA, left-hander Eli Pillsbury. He'll pitch to Dean O'Neill, who is the DH in this game. O'Neill had a double and a run batted in last night. Stands in there at .328 for the year and swings at that first pitch, fouls it off, strike 1. Cooper Clapp to follow. Raiders trying to make some noise here in the top of the first inning.
Pillsbury had only walked 7 in 7 appearances, so
low and inside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
He's already hit his average.
So his quota's 1 a game, is that right?
Well, that's what he's been performing. We're about to make that break that up.
1 strike. The pitch swung on, popped up. It's in foul ground, but playable. Catcher Ash over, drops it.
The first baseman ran into him.
Came in, and together they just
they weren't talking to each other.
I think both thought the other was going to take it. The catcher had it pop out of his mitt. So that's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That first baseman was not the first baseman last night. Well,
1-2 to O'Neill.
Caught a break there.
And the pitch to the plate swung on him, missed, struck him out. So that is out number 1 in the first inning. Bases loaded, 1 out, and the batter's Cooper Clapp. I was thinking Matthew Cash, who is the first baseman.
Yeah.
Cash is going to come in and play in front of the runner at first base. Infield double play depth, and a ball fouled out of play to the left, strike 1.
Left-handed pitchers are not Clapp holds no fear with the left-handed pitchers. He loves to hit left-handers.
Had 2 hits in the game last night. Upped his average to .330 on the year. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2.
Changed speeds on him.
Lane Akers waiting to hit next.
And with that, Cash at first base moves back.
Pillsbury ready with a 2-strike pitch and struck him out swinging. So the Raiders load the bases with nobody out, and then Pillsbury strikes out the next 2. O'Neill and Clapp down on strikes, both swinging.
Got them both on sliders.
Strike. And the batter is Lane Akers, who is, again, playing first base in the game tonight. Akers had 2 hits, 2 runs batted in last night's game. Pillsbury with a pitch, low and inside, ball 1. Akers upped his average to a little bit over 300, 309, with those 2 hits yesterday. One ball, no strikes. And the left-hander delivers, and it's high, ball 2, 2-0. Nathan Brewer on deck to hit next.
Pillsbury didn't like that baseball. Threw it out. He's got a new one now.
2 balls, no strikes. First 3 Raiders reached base here in the first inning. There's a little tap foul over by the dugout, 2-1.
He keeps throwing that off-speed 83. That's probably a slider, wouldn't you think, Dick?
More than likely.
Yeah, a little bit of hook right at the end.
2-1. Akers hits one to right field. Right fielder coming on. He's got to dive for it. It gets by him, and all 3 runs are going to score.
Yeah,
Akers is on his way to third base. The throw will come in, and that is going to be a base-clearing triple for Lane Akers.
Wow.
And the Raiders lead 3-0. He just sliced it to right field. And the right fielder, who was Pate, played center field last night, but Pate came charging toward the line.
He was trying to get the catch that and get it out.
And the ball hit in front of him and then bounced all the way into foul ground and rolled down the line. And
almost to the corner.
The runners, of course, were running the sound of the bat, and all three scored. So it is 3-0 Raiders, and the batter is Nathan Brewer. So a base-clearing triple. And the pitch to Brewer, swung on and missed, strike one. And for Lane Akers, that's the first triple of his collegiate career. He's had a lot of firsts this year.
And he's going to have even more.
One strike to Brewer. Swing and a miss, strike two.
Keeps throwing that off-speed stuff. That one, 81 on the gun.
Raiders 3 runs here in the top of the first inning. And the 0-2 pitch coming in, bounced foul outside. Oh, they call it a fair ball. First baseman Cash will field it, tag the bag at first, and that will be all in the first inning. But a productive inning for the Raiders as they come up with 3 runs on 3 hits. They leave a runner, and we will go to the bottom of the first inning. Middle Tennessee 3, Jacksonville State coming to bat. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball from Van Wagner.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders!
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's locker room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's locker room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Go to the bottom of the first inning. Raiders leading 3-0. We've had a lineup change for the Raiders, and that must have been made very light because the Raiders' Drew Horn is not out there on the mound. It is instead Cole Torbett.
Cole Torbett making just his second appearance. He's only thrown one inning. No runs. He gave up a hit. No walks, no strikeouts. So, of course, he's got no ERA. He's got no decisions. He's an open book.
Jackson Pate will lead it off for Jacksonville State. Corbett's only appearance was Tuesday against Southern Indiana. Threw a scoreless inning, giving up one hit. First pitch, a strike call. Pate, a left-handed batter.
They stacked their, added a couple of left-handed hitters to their lineup tonight in anticipation of Drew Horn, the right-hander.
Torbett's pitch outside, 1-1. So we don't know the reason for the pitching change. I noticed in the meeting at home plate when Coach Myers took his lineup card out, he was making some kind of adjustment on it and talking to the opposing coach and the umpires. There's a strike call, check to swing, and pitch caught the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cole Torbett from East Tennessee is from Johnson City, went to Science Hill High School, and has been a two-way player for the Raiders in his career here. Strike 3 call, breaking ball, and froze Pate at the plate. That is out number 1 here in the first inning. So 1 out. The batter is Caleb Johnson, a switch hitter, will stand in from the right side now against the left-handed pitcher, Cole Torbett.
Just need 26 more outs, Dick.
Needed fewer than that last night, John.
Well, you got that right. That was
Here's Torbett with a pitch, and it's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Yeah, I don't think you and I were the only ones in this ballpark that thought that we were in sight of winning that ball game.
Outside for a ball, and the count goes to 1-1 on Johnson. Had one hit in the ball game last night, and it drove in a run. That came in the came early in the game. There's a ball hit through the hole and into left field.
That got under Von Dolan's glove.
So the runner at first will be Johnson with one out, and the batter is Cooper Blauser.
And they're calling that a hit?
Blauser,
I think that's right.
second baseman, comes in at 336. Had a hit in the game last night. The runner at first with one out. Torbett comes set. Glances at the runner at first, and the pitch is swung on and missed, strike one. Well, Torbett's come out throwing strikes. You like to see that.
Make them beat you with the bat if they're going to beat you. Don't give them the freebies.
Throw to first, runner back. This is a team that likes to steal bases. Johnson's stolen 13 in 14 attempts. He's got that big oven mitt on his right hand. And another throw to first. One strike to count on Cooper Blauser. Torbett comes set, and the pitch. Swung out and missed. Count will go to strike two on Blauser. Runner at first will draw a throw. He'll get back plenty of time. Raiders leading 3-0. We're in the bottom of the first inning. One out. Runner at first for Jacksonville State. Two strikes on the batter, Blauser.
Setting up down and away.
Runner goes. Swung on and missed.
Got him.
Throw to second. Not in time.
Dick, I thought he had him.
Well, he slid into the outfield side of the bag, and apparently Clapp, who took the throw, might have missed the swipe tag. I don't know, or if he just got that big oven mitt in there.
I guess. Boy, I thought he had him.
So that is a strikeout, but Johnson still second. Second strikeout in the inning for Torbett. And the batter is Matthew Cash, the first baseman. The left-handed hitter takes the first pitch, first strike called. 0-1. Cash hitting .271. He's a sophomore. With a runner at second base, Torbett delivers outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Matthew Cash is from Centerville, Alabama. Bibb County High School. This is his second year of the program. Started 36 games for them as a freshman last year. 1-1. Breaking ball, that was right in there, strike two. That was a big, slow breaking curve.
Yeah, 75 miles an hour.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Cash. Torbett with the pitch. Bouncing ball right side, going to be picked up by Akers. Throw to first, not in time. Bad throw, run's going to score. Minnick picks it up, and the runner's going to cruise into second base. That's going to be throwing error on the pitcher. He was a little late getting over there, and
it's going to be
Akers had to drift to his right.
Yeah, they're calling it a single in there, and let me find out who they're going to call the error on.
Well, I'm sure it'll be on the throw.
Which was Akers, right?
So Johnson scores on the error. And the batter is Grayson Ash, the catcher. Runner at second. And the pitch is into the turf. Almost hit him. That's ball one. That's a good stop there by Minnick to keep it from getting behind him. 1 ball, no strikes. That was a slow roller to the right side. Akers went into the hole to make the stop. There's a ball hit, and that's going to be a base hit. Run's going to score. There was nobody there. They were playing him as a pull hitter to left field, and so Clapp was playing almost directly behind second base. So he had a clean field of fire to the right side, and that would normally, in normal positioning, would be a ground out to second base. This time it's a base hit, and the runner who was running on the play scores to make it 3-2, and the batter is Trey King. So credit Ash with a single and a run batted in.
And that error was charged to Akers.
So prosperity is short-lived for the Raiders.
Both of these runs unearned, but they're on the board.
1 ball, no strikes to King. There's ball 2 outside, 2-0. So 3 hits in the inning, 2 runs, 1 error, and the 2 outs have been on strikeouts. There's a strike call, 2-1. Well, you can't let up, can't give an inch to this Jacksonville team. They'll take advantage of it. That's a strike right down the middle, 2-2.
They just peck. Built for the ballpark. Pop's not going to do you a lot of good here. You just need contact hitters. Put the ball in play.
A swing and a miss struck him out. So Torbett strikes out the side, but in between gives up 3 hits and 2 runs. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left. We have played 1 complete inning here in Jacksonville. It is Middle Tennessee 3, Jacksonville State 2. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
We go to the second inning. Raiders leading 3-2. It's been a strange ball game already, and we've only played 1 inning. The Raiders got to the Jacksonville starter, Pillsbury, for 3 runs in the first inning, loaded the bases with nobody out, and after 2 strikeouts, Lane Akers with a 3-run triple to unload the bases.
And keep in mind, Pillsbury had only given up 5 runs all season. Only 4 earned runs.
He gave up 3 in the first inning.
That's right.
Brett Von Dolen will lead it off here in the second inning. And the first pitch to Von Dolen bounced to the left side. Third baseman charging. King over to first in time. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the second. King, the third baseman, cut in front of the shortstop Johnson to make that play.
No, he was the only infielder that could have made that play. If
Clay Badalak will bat now with 1 out.
If they'd left it to the shortstop, he'd have beat it out.
Badalak saw his average drop under 200 with an 0 for 4 game last night. Shows bunt, takes the pitch high for ball 1. One out, base is empty, second inning. There's a strike called, and it's 1-1.
Pillsbury threw almost 30 pitches in that first inning, which means that that
there's an off-speed pitch in for a strike, 1-2.
That probably means a 6-inning outing at the best.
Owen Nowak waiting to hit next. And the pitch. Swung on, foul straight back. I flinched on that one, John.
Yeah. It's right at us. That's why they've got that screen there, right?
Yes. 1-2. The count holds to Badalak. And the pitch by Pillsbury swung on and missed. Struck him out. So Clay is down on strikes for out number 2.
That's Pillsbury's 3rd strikeout of the ball game.
Owen Nowak led off the game with a single to left field in the first inning. Came around to score the Raiders' first run. Lefty-lefty matchup here, and a strike called, 0-1. I think our plate umpire has a little more liberal strike zone than the one we saw last night.
The one we saw last night had a wide strike zone, but
pitch is high and inside, 1-1.
But top to bottom, I thought it was pretty reasonable. This guy seems to be all over.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it is low and into the turf. 2 balls, 1 strike. Raiders are greatly in need of a road win. They are 0 for 4 in the league, and on the road, 1 for 7 overall. That ball's hit high in the air, and it hit a little bit farther than it first appeared in right field. It's going to be caught out there by the right fielder, Pate, for out number 3. So a 3-up, 3-down second inning with 1 strikeout. Nothing across for the Raiders. And we'll go to the bottom half of the second inning. Middle Tennessee 3, Jacksonville State 2. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Ben Wagner.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
Cole Torbett on the mound, getting ready for his second inning of work. Pitched to 6 batters in the first inning and struck out 3 of them, but the other 3 were credited with base hits, and that combined with a Blue Raider throwing error produced 2 runs. So the number 7 hitter is Luke Williams. He'll stand in from the left side. As John mentioned earlier, they had loaded their lineup with left-handed hitters thinking that Drew Horn would be pitching, and Torbett was a last-minute replacement. However, Jacksonville did not change their batting order anyway. First pitch to Williams is ball 1.
Torbett is down in the dugout. It looks like he's charting pitches. They may have decided to move him to tomorrow.
No, Torbett's on the mound.
I mean, Drew Horn is what. Did I say Torbett?
Yes.
No, I meant Drew Horn is in the dugout. Looks like charting pitches.
That pitch misses for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes to Williams leading off the second inning. And ball 4 is high. Williams walks on 4 pitches. And with nobody out, the batter is Sam Richardson. He was the hero for the Gamecocks last night with that 2-run homer in the 7th inning. It turned out to be the winning hit in the game. It was his 4th home run of the season. Runner at first, nobody out. Torbett with the pitch. It's low and inside for ball 1. Center fielder Williamson scheduled to hit next. Check of the runner and the pitch on the way. That's an off-speed pitch in for a strike. "3-2, the Raiders leading. Bottom of the second inning. Torbett with a pitch to the plate, low and inside. 2-1. Minnick came up out of his stance ready to throw. He thought that runner might be breaking on the pitch. 2 balls and a strike. And the left-hander delivers, and a swing and a foul back to the backstop. Count goes to 2-2. Richardson, a sophomore, stands well up in the batter's box.
He's got that front foot on the front line of the batter's box.
Swinging a foul out of play.
Most folks you see are trying to get as far back into that box as they can.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff walk to Williams. He's the runner at first. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Richardson down on strikes. Well, Torbett has accounted for all 4 outs on strikeouts. He has given up 3 hits and a walk. Here's Ace Williamson, another left-handed hitter, a senior hitting .316. He's out of Carrollton, Georgia. Pitch to the plate is low and outside, ball 1.
Dick, we have a final from back in Murfreesboro. Louisiana Tech played at 5 in the top of the 7th and end up defeating the Lady Raiders 13-3.
Here's the 1-ball pitch. The runner goes. Minnesota second. Oh, it's in plenty of time. And he is out at second base by a mile.
I mean,
Minnick laid that throw in the perfect spot.
Yeah.
So 2 outs.
Badalak just had that baseball waiting for him. That wasn't even a bang-bang play.
2 balls, no strikes to Williamson. Takes ball 3. 3-0. There's a strike. 3 balls and a strike to Williamson. He's the number 9 hitter in the order. He did not appear in the game last night for the Gamecocks. Swing and a miss. And almost screwed himself into the turf.
Yeah, I think he almost
count will go to 3-2.
Looked like he almost twisted his ankle. Maybe he did. Certainly tweaked it. Trainer is now coming out. He saw the same thing I saw. He's walking away from the trainer.
He doesn't want to talk to the trainer.
No.
He's going back to the dugout.
Is he going to be able to continue?
It does not appear that he is going to be able to continue. He's in the dugout.
Trainer's, they pulled off his shoe.
Steve Beazer, the head coach, who's down in the third base coach's box, has left that spot to go into the dugout and check on his player, or maybe tab somebody to replace him at home plate.
Umpires told the Raiders it's okay for Torbett to take a couple of throws, I think, if he needs them.
So Williamson swung so hard he apparently twisted his ankle or maybe his knee, and he's going to have to leave the game. He's walking with the trainer, and he's going to leave the dugout.
Yeah, they're going back to the clubhouse.
So we'll have to have a replacement batter. So it looks like he's got a lot to choose from over there.
Well, they didn't go to the clubhouse, but they did go to the end of the dugout, and I think they've got a training table over there.
Or there's a tunnel there that leads somewhere.
Yeah, that goes back into their clubhouse.
I guess if I'd known this was going to happen, I could have gone ahead and played my pregame interview, which I missed.
That's right.
Looks like it's going to be number 23.
Number 23.
That's Pena.
That's
we saw
Pena.
him last night.
Right.
He was at first base last night. I guess he's also an outfielder. So he will step in with a 3-2 count. He'll also step in from the right side. Pena had a hit and 2 walks last night, also struck out. So Torbett will pitch to a different batter and walked him. So Pena will go down to first with 2 outs. That's the second walk in the inning, given up by Cole Torbett. The batter is Jackson Pate, the leadoff man.
Pate was the center fielder last night.
Expect he'll move over there when they go out on the field for defense. Fly ball down the left field line, curving. That is a foul ball. Just a long strike on Pate. Depending on how they make adjustments, they'll probably put Pate in center field. And I'm sure Pena will stay in the game at some position. 1 strike to count to the left-handed hitting Pate. Torbett with a pitch. Swung on, lined into center, a base hit. Pena will turn at second on his way to third as the throw comes back in. And they will have runners at first and third with 2 outs. Paid a solid base hit in the right center. His 4th hit off Cole Torbett. And the batter will be the shortstop Johnson. Switch hitter, he'll be batting right-handed. Single to left in the first inning. First and third. Torbett comes set and the pitch. Swung on, fly ball, left center field. That might be trouble. Nope. Brewer moving over to his left will make the catch for out number 3. That is going to be all for the Gamecocks in the second inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 men are left on base. We've played 2 complete innings. Middle Tennessee 3, Jacksonville State 2. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
Hey folks, it's Chip Walters from Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, helping Middle Tennessee make smart moves in a fast-moving market. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, you deserve someone who knows this community and treats your goals like their own. From first-timers to long-time homeowners, I'm here to guide you with clarity, confidence, and a steady hand. When you're ready to make the next move, start with someone you trust. Visit ChooseChip.net and let's make your 2026 move the right move.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
So King is going to go. So there'll be a new third baseman. King has been at third base. Let's see.
Got some defensive changes for Jacksonville here in the third inning. And a new third baseman.
Yeah, that's going to be Cash. Cash is going to move from first to third. Pena stays in and is at first base. Trey King goes from third base to right field. And Pate goes from right field to center.
Here's Tyler Minnick, singled and scored in the first inning. Eli Pillsbury with the pitch, and Minnick takes the pitch low into the turf, ball 1. Minnick had a line single to center. Starting that 3-run first inning for the Raiders. The pitch is a strike called. It's 1-1. So an entirely different defensive alignment now for the Gamecocks. They had to make a change due to an injury. There's strike 2 called, 1-2. Pillsbury, the left-hander, delivers, and a ball hit into right center field, curving away from the center fielder. He dives and comes up with it. That's an outstanding play by Pate, who just moved over to center field to start this inning. That's the one you put a star by.
Boy, yeah, that was a line drive. Looked like it was going to get down, and
Minnick robbed of a probable double on that catch. Here's Brett Rogers.
Yeah, if that gets by Pate, it's going to go to the track.
Rogers takes outside for ball 1. Brett walked and scored in the first inning. Ball 2, low and inside, 2-0.
Fastball at 89.
That pitch misses outside. 3 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, another fastball. That one at 88. So now does he come back one of those off-speed deliveries?
Nope. Best ball right down the middle. 3-1.
Well, he's second time through the lineup, so good pitcher's going to have a slightly different plan.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Count goes full to Brett Rogers.
Yeah, that was the off-speed pitch.
One out here in the third. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced to the first baseman. Pena leaps and hauls it in. And
Matthew Cash would not have made that play.
Makes the play unassisted.
It helps when you're as tall as Pena, and he was at the top. He was at the top of his jump.
So 2 players
that wasn't even
who were
a jump. That was a leap.
Different positions in the first inning have contributed pretty good plays here in the third.
Yeah, Pena wasn't even in the ball game.
Here's O'Neill, strikeout victim in the first inning. 2 outs, base is empty. Pillsbury with the pitch, and it is over but low for ball 1. Jacksonville won last night's series opener 6-5 with a late 2-run homer. And there's a strike call to Dean O'Neill. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He's showing these Raider hitters the fastball more than he did first time through the lineup.
And the pitch to the plate. Check swing. And they say he went. The count will be 1-2. First base umpire with the strike call on the check swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the big lefty with the pitch. And a ground foul by the Raider dugout. Count holds at 1-2. Swing and a foul out of play. Well, I've got the story on Drew Horn, one of my spies in the stands.
Okay.
Tell you in just a second. After this pitch, 1-2 the count to O'Neill. And another foul.
Oh, this is turning into a good at-bat.
Seems like Drew Horn turned his ankle.
Oh, no.
Caught it on the turf. So that would be the second turf injury that we've had in the game because their player, Williamson, had to leave the game. And I don't know when that happened, whether it was warming up, walking to the dugout, or swing and a miss, strike 3. But Horn not in there because of a twisted ankle.
Wow.
That's the 4th strikeout for Pillsbury. 3 up and 3 down in the third inning. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. Middle Tennessee 3 and Jacksonville State 2. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball from Ben Wagner.
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's locker room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's locker room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
Locally grown, Blue Raider proud. This is Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team. As an MTSU alumnus and lifelong Rutherford County resident, I bring the heart of a teacher, the grit of a Blue Raider, and over 15 years of real estate experience to every client. honest to a fault, connected to the community, and driven to serve. I don't just help you buy or sell, I help you understand every step. The J. Harmon Home Team, where real estate meets real talk.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Take it to the bottom of the third inning. Raiders leading 3-2. Cole Torbett making an emergency start in place of the injured Drew Horn. Will face Blauser, Cash, and Ash, 3-4-5 hitters for the Gamecocks here in the third inning. Cooper Blauser struck out in the first inning. Torbett, the lefty, with the pitch. Breaking ball, just missed. Ball one. Raiders playing both the first and third base and in front of the green turf. There's a ball foul to the right side. Akers a long run over by the Gamecocks bullpen, but it drops into the bullpen for a foul strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Gamecocks second baseman. His dad, a longtime infielder with the Braves several years ago, Jeff Blauser. 1-1. And Torbett's pitch over but low, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Lights are on now. You can tell, hardly tell it, but they are.
There's a strike, and it's 2-2. Almost the top of the hour here, which means we will give you a station break here pretty soon. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and a ball hit to center field. Nowak backing up a couple of steps under it, makes the catch for out number 1. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball.
The flagship station for Middle Tennessee sports. WGNS. Murfreesboro, Smyrna. The Blue Raiders play here.
Dick Palmer, John Calla with you from Jacksonville, Alabama. 1 out in the third. The batter is Matthew Cash. He'll take a strike call, 0-1. Started the game at first base. He has moved over to play third after the injury. Forced a lineup change. 1 strike to count. Torbett with a pitch. Breaking ball caught the inside corner. That was a beauty.
Well, apparently they have some defensive versatility on this squad.
2 strikes to count to Cash.
When you can move a first baseman to third.
Swinging a foul back. Cleared the press box, cleared the grandstand. Count holding an 0-2. Check swing, did he go? It's out of the catcher's mitt.
Said he held on long enough.
So that's a strikeout.
Was that swinging?
Yes.
Yes, okay. That's what I thought.
So that'll be let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts now for Torbett. 2 outs, base is empty. The batter is Grayson Ash. Had a base hit in the first inning, drove in a run. The pitch is in for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, Pillsbury, the big strike thrower, big strikeout guy. Through 3 innings, he struck out 4 Blue Raiders. Torbett is
swing and a miss, strike 2.
He's working on possibly his 6th strikeout here.
0-2 to Ash. Asked for time momentarily to adjust his batting helmet. Ash is from Montgomery. second year here at Jacksonville. The pitch swung on, fouled out of play. That's going to drift out of play over the bullpen, and the count will hold at 2 strikes.
I think Ash's parents are staying at our hotel. I saw a lady with an Ash jersey earlier today.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's popped up again, foul and out of play. Junior college player from Wallace State, and that's a school that's produced a lot of pretty good Division I players.
It
Wallace
sure
State is in Huntsville, Alabama. Pitch, ground ball, knocked down by Torbett, knocked his glove off, picks it up barehanded and throws him out at first.
Wow.
How about that?
How about that?
That knocked his glove off. Torbett scrambled after it and threw
a fastball?
Threw the runner out at first.
Wow.
So that is out number 3. 3 up, 3 down in the third. Give you the totals after 3 for Middle Tennessee. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. For Jacksonville State, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Raiders lead 3-2 as we go to the 4th inning on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
We go to the 4th inning. Blue Raiders leading 3-2. And you know what we need, John? We need an Old South Properties home run.
Boy, wouldn't that be great?
Old South Properties, Tennessee's favorite home builder. They are the official home builder of MTSU, and they are our home run sponsor for this season. Here's Cooper Clapp. Cooper struck out in the first inning. And the left-hander Pillsbury delivers a strike call, 0-1. Inside, backed him away, and the count will go to 1-1 strike on Clapp. Center fielder swung over into left center a bit and not too deep for him. Pitches low into the turf. 2 balls and a strike. Just because he's a little fella doesn't mean he can't hit the ball a long way.
Oh.
He has 5 home runs on the season.
He definitely has some pop.
Inside, ball 3.
That was pitch number 60 for Pillsbury. Now here we are in the 4th inning.
3 balls, 1 strike. And Clapp will take it in the turf for ball 4. So that is the second walk given up by Pillsbury, and with nobody out, the batter is Lane Akers.
Well, who would have thought it? After walking only 7 in his first 7 appearances, he's already given up a couple here through 3+ innings.
Akers with that bases clearing triple in the first inning. That's the difference in this game right now. 3-2 Raiders. The pitch is a strike call, 0-1. Lane with the 3 RBIs boost his total to 24 for the season. And he hasn't played every game.
No, in fact,
there was a swing and a foul at his feet, strike 2.
We played a couple of weeks before he even got into the lineup.
2 strikes, the count. Runner at first, nobody out. Pillsbury checks the runner at first, throws over that way. Clapp is back in plenty of time. Left-hander ready with a 2-strike pitch. Swung on, hit in the right center field. That ball's hit a good way, and that is over everybody's head. It's going to bounce off the wall. Clapp is turning. They're going to hold him at third. And Lane Akers into second base with a double. Hit it deep into right center. So a double and a triple for the redshirt freshman from Murfreesboro, Lane Akers.
He's got the 2 hard ones, right?
Yes. And with nobody out, runners at second and third. That's the 4th hit for the Raiders, and the batter is Nathan Brewer.
Akers didn't even get into the lineup until the 3rd of March. That was against Murray State in a midweek game.
Brewer bounced out to the first baseman in the first inning. The pitch swung on, and that's going to be taken by the first baseman. Steps on the base, but Cooper Clapp has plenty of time to score because that ball took a turf bounce very high, and Pena had to wait for it to come down, standing behind the base. Took 1 step, touched on the base, but Cooper Clapp in to score, and Akers has his 4th RBI of the game, and the Raiders lead 4-2. I'm sorry, that was Brewer with the RBI.
Right.
There's a ground ball up the middle, a base hit, Von Dolan, and now Akers will come in to score. So it is now a 5-2 game as Von Dolan signals up the middle.
Pillsbury, through his first 7 appearances, had only given up 5 runs. And now we've already touched him up for 5.
2 hits in the inning.
And they're all earned.
And the batter is Clay Badlack, and he bunts. Pillsbury has it, throws to first. They're going to double the runner off first. Yep. Von Dolan is caught out in no man's land, and that will end the inning. Badlack was not a bad idea, but the bunt was not on the turf. It was in the air. Caught by the pitcher coming off the mound. And when Von Dolan saw the bunt, he was off and running, and the throwback doubled him off first base. That'll go down as a double play, 1-3. And we'll end the inning. But the Raiders pick up 2 more runs on 2 hits. And nobody left.
Got those 2 runs back that we gave up in the bottom of the first inning.
We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Middle Tennessee leading by a score of 5-2. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball. Ron Van Wagner.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast, a second home, or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
Trey King will lead off for Jacksonville State here in the fourth. Struck out in the first inning against Cole Torbett, making only his second appearance of the season. And the first pitch to him is right in there for a strike. He showed bunt. He didn't offer it the pitch. Let it go by, and it's strike one. King struck out in the first inning. Torbett has fanned 5. The pitch. Caught the inside corner, strike 2.
Which is one more than Pillsbury.
2 strikes the count. King started at third base, moved to the outfield. There's a ball swung on and fouled out of play. Count holds at 2 strikes. He moved into right field. They had to change their defensive alignment around due to an injury to the center fielder Williamson. Torbett with the 0-2 pitch. Oh, that hit him in the head.
That pitch just got away.
Hit him in the batting helmet. So the leadoff man is on here in the fourth inning, and the batter is Luke Williams. He drew a walk in the second inning and was then thrown out trying to steal. Williams stands in from the left side. First pitch to him is outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
As Williams sets up in the box, got a wide open stance that he closes on the pitch.
Throw to first, runner back. Williams is a transfer from the University of Alabama. He is a native of Tuscaloosa, and then left Alabama to go to Chipola Junior College. That's in Florida. So he's in his first year here. And he bunched the ball and popped it foul back by the Blue Raider dugout. Strike 1. 1-1. He spent 2 years at Alabama, never got in a single game, so I guess he thought he would try his fortunes elsewhere.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike. It's just a little bit low. Ball 2. Good idea on the pitch. Trying to go low and outside, but a little bit too low. 2 balls and a strike. Torbett with a pitch. That one is low also. 3-1 now. Raider infield double play depth up the middle. Von Nolan's playing in on the grass at third. And ball 4 is low. So the last 3 pitches all came in below the knees. And runners will be at first and second with nobody out. Third walk given up by Torbett, and Coach Myers out of the dugout. He's going to make a pitching change here. So we'll have a new pitcher coming in for the Raiders. Bottom of the fourth inning. First 2 men are on for the Gamecocks. We'll take a break and be back to tell you who's coming in after this on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's locker room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's locker room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
Raiders make a pitching change here in the fourth inning after the first two players reach base for Jacksonville State, as right-hander Bryant Baranek will come out of the bullpen.
Baranek making his 8th appearance, 5th in relief. He's thrown 19 2/3 innings, given up 7 runs, all earned on 20 hits, 2 walks, 12 strikeouts. He's got a 3.20 ERA, a 1-1 record.
Baranek is a senior out of Spring Hill, Tennessee, over in Murray County. And pitched in the New Mexico State Series, went an inning and a third on Sunday. Well, that was his last appearance. Here is Richardson.
He's the one that hurt us last night.
Pitches outside, ball 1. Right-handed batter. And that 2-run homer in the 7th inning, that was the difference in the game. First and second with nobody out. Baranek turns and throws back to second. Not close. Pitch is swung on and missed. Count will be 1-1. Baranek, a senior. And the pitch. Hit to second. Clapp touches the bag, throws to first. That's an easy double play.
Boy, that's big. Runner goes to third, but now you can get out of this mess.
4-3 double play. Clapp unassisted at second base. He was only a couple of steps from the bag when he fielded that ball and then threw on over to first for the out. And as John said, King advances to third. He is there with 2 outs. The batter is Pena, filling in for Williamson, who had to leave the game. He drew a walk in the second inning, came into the game with a 3-2 count and only saw 1 pitch. First pitch from Baranek is a ball, 1-0. Runner at third is King. Pitches a strike at the letters. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Just missed. Ball 2, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch and a bouncing ball to third. Von Dolan has it. Throw to first in time, and the inning is over. Baranek comes in, puts out the fire. And no runs, no hits, and 1 left thanks to that double play. We have completed 4 full innings. Middle Tennessee 5, Jacksonville State 2. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Ben Wagner.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Back at Rudy Abbott Field in Jacksonville, Alabama. Raiders on top of this one 5-2. What you find out, Dick?
Oh, I didn't find out anything. I told the ESPN folks what I heard about Horn, so I'm just trying to help out my fellow broadcasters.
Well, you're a good guy. You know how to do that the way it's supposed to be done. Hey, what we need to talk about just a little bit, what a great job by Cole Torbett.
Exactly. Yeah.
Goes 3+ innings, gives up 2 runs, both unearned, 4 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Not bad for a spot starter who found out he was going to start this ball game after they got here to the ballpark.
Here's Owen Nowak to lead off the 5th inning for the Raiders, and especially Torbett, who had made only 1 appearance and pitched 1 inning all season. Nowak singled and scored in the first. Flied out in the second. He is 1 for 2. Takes a strike called. It's 1-1.
Here in the 5th inning in Pillsbury's pitch count keeps climbing.
The pitch is swung on, broken bat. And how do you break a metal bat? Well, just like that. The bat went halfway to second base. The big end, I don't know where the handle, the pitcher picked up the handle.
Yeah.
And Nowak broke a metal bat and is thrown out by the second baseman. 1 out.
You don't see many broken bats.
Not in college baseball.
No.
Here's Minnick. Takes a strike. You know, they check the bats before each game, not before each series, but before each game. And any bat that looks like it's defective or deformed in any way, they will throw it out. There is ball 1 to Minnick, 1-1. So that one apparently passed the pregame inspection.
Broke down on the handle.
Fouled out of play. And it's 1-2 now to Tyler Minnick. Tyler singled and scored in the first and was robbed of an extra base hit on a diving catch by the center fielder in the 3rd inning. One ball, 2 strikes. Left-hander delivers, low and inside, ball 2. 2-2. Center fielder swung a few steps over into left center for Minnick, who is a strong right-handed batter. The pitch swung on, hit foul, off to the right. That is going to be out of play. It'll land on the roof of their hitting facility. Count holds at 2-2. Pillsbury pitching in his 5th inning. Gave up 3 runs in the first, and the Raiders got to him for 2 more in the 4th. The pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Got him on a high fastball. I would venture to say this may be the most runs he's given up in a single game all year. You can check that, John.
Well, he had only given up 5 runs coming in, and only 4 of those were earned. So, yeah, that's
Here's Brett Rogers, who walked and scored in the first, grounded out in the second. Lefty-lefty matchup. The pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Their bullpen starts to work. We've got a right-hander throwing down there. Pitch is inside, backed him away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Top of the 5th inning, Raiders leading 5-2. Swing and a miss.
Gotta make him
go to
work.
1-2 on Rogers.
We need to make him work, make him throw pitches.
Two outs, base is empty in the 5th, and the pitch to the plate is swung on and fouled over by the Gamecocks dugout. Count holds at a ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swung on and a shot to second. Picked up by Blauser. 1 hop and Blauser threw him out at first. That is going to be all in the 5th. 3 up, 3 down for the Raiders. Middle of the 5th inning. We're halfway home in this game. It's Middle Tennessee 5 and Jacksonville State 2. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball from Van Wagner.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Hey folks, it's Chip Walters from Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, helping Middle Tennessee make smart moves in a fast-moving market. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, you deserve someone who knows this community and treats your goals like their own. From first-timers to long-time homeowners, I'm here to guide you with clarity, confidence, and a steady hand. When you're ready to make the next move, start with someone you trust. Visit ChooseChip.net and let's make your 2026 move the right move.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Top of the order in the bottom of the 5th inning for Jacksonville State. It'll be Pate, Johnson, and Blauser to face right-hander Bryant Baranek. Second pitcher used by the Raiders tonight. Torbett goes 3 good innings. Ran into a little trouble in the 4th, but Baranek came in, got a double play, and got out of the inning. Pate has struck out and singled to right. He's their leadoff hitter. Baranek's pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Pate hitting .378.
Gamecocks have a right-hander getting loose. He's not throwing, but he's doing his stretching.
Strike 2 called, and it's 0-2 on Jackson Pate.
Ryan Garrity is who that is, and it looks like he's probably, if he doesn't come in the 6th, I suspect we'll see him in the 7th. I just don't see Pillsbury going more than 6. He's already thrown a lot of pitches.
Here's the 1-2 pitch now, foul to the backstop. Pate is a redshirt freshman from Calhoun, Georgia. Second year. So he was redshirted last year. This is his first full year. Was a 3-sport athlete at high school. Football, basketball, baseball. Swinging a foul out of play. That's what you were, wasn't it, John?
Oh, yeah, right. No.
1-2. Pate leading off the bottom of the 5th. And Baranek with a pitch, ground ball to second. Klepp scoops it up over the first in time. That is out number 1 here in the 5th inning, and all Baranek has done is come in and get ground balls.
Which is what we need to do here.
Got a ground ball double play. coming in the fourth, and then a ground ball to end the inning and a ground out to start the fifth inning. Here's Caleb Johnson. Singled and scored in the first and had a fly ball caught by Brewer in the second. Pitch. It's in for a strike, 0-1. I like the way our pitchers are attacking the strike zone.
Yeah, you just come in and throw strikes.